As always, brought to you by Butler's Apothecary. Butler's offers drug compounding, immunizations, health screenings, and free countywide delivery. Butler's Apothecary, 213 North Main Street, the way a pharmacy should be. The starting lineups for the Fulton Railroader, it'll be Jake Vitale leading off playing center field, Charlie Furbett in left batting second. The third hitter of the inning will be first baseman Diego Duque. On the mound, the long and lean one, Logan Haslam, the first pitch, and we're underway. Outside, just missing for ball one. The rest of that Railroader lineup that took the game 7-1 last night in Fulton. Mason Cook, the cleanup hitter, batting fifth. Dom Maldette, batting sixth. Andres Albar, the DH. Batting seventh, Garrett Taylor. Batting eighth, Drake DeFreitas. And batting ninth, Cade Spalding. The 1-0 pitch is low and in. 2 balls and no strikes. We'll set the Flash defense. It is Lacey, LeBlanc, Mutah, and Evans. The infield third to first. Hurt, DeWeese, and Cordville. The outfield left to right. Ian Fleming, I make that Ian Reagan behind the dish. And the 2-0 is outside. And right now, you've got Logan Haslam, the experienced one on this staff, not only on the staff, but on the entire team for that matter, pacing around the mound, looking to find the strike zone. The 3-0 to Vitale. He'll square to bunt. It's high for ball four, not even close. First batter, a 4-pitch walk. Too early to panic on this. Back-to-back lefties as Charlie Furbett steps in now. Furbett, a former teammate of Haslam at Willamette University in Salem, Oregon, has batted off of him before several times this year. Anytime you play a team 10 or 12 times like we played the Railroaders. And the pitch outside again, 5 in a row out of the strike zone for Haslam. Haslam seemed very confident in the pregame interview, as did Coach J.D. Arndt. Liked the idea of playing this one at home in the deciding Game 3 between the rain showers, starting a little late tonight, and that one's fouled out of play. I don't know if Furbett had the green light after a guy threw 5 consecutive pitches out of the strike zone to start the game, but he did swing at that one and foul it out of play. It is a ball and 2 strikes. Now, I know the thought behind that is he's probably going to lay one in here just to throw a strike, maybe a BP fastball. I don't know if that's in Logan's arsenal. Fastball low and in, and it's 2-1. Excellent crowd on both sides, really. Fulton with a very good crowd here down to our left. Henderson with a crowd that is getting to be as big as the one the other night and growing by the moment. We had to bump this one back an hour to get the field ready, but it's in excellent condition. The 2-1 is a breaking ball for a called strike, and now it's 2-2 on Furbett with a runner at first and nobody out. Top of the first inning. This is the championship of the Ohio Valley Wooden Bat Summer League here at Flash Field on the north end of Henderson. From the belt, Haslam sets, and the 2-2. Check swing, and runner's going to go. Good throw down. He's out at second. No, they called him safe. Maybe not the closest tag, but it looked like he got there in plenty of time. They're going to call time. They're going to ask and check and see if he went. And they said he did. And I'm telling you, that was as good a throw as Ian Reagan has thrown, especially on a ball in the dirty. And to find it, pick it up, throw to second. Should have gotten Vitale, but said the tag was probably just a bit late. And with the out there, with the strikeout, that is definitely encouraging. You've got Diego Duque, knowing that they were going to go with Haslam today. Fulton first 3 hitters, all lefties. Ground ball, they're going to go to first with that one picked up by LeBlanc. The wet baseball across the diamond, and a strike to Evans for the out as Vitale moves to third base. As LeBlanc on the all-league team here in 2024. Your pitching award, well, it went to the guy on the mound for the Flash tonight, Logan Haslam. We'll talk about other superlatives, such as the Cub Stokes Award winner down at third base, Logan Lacey. 2 outs and a runner at third. Now you want to keep the ball in front of you if you're Ian Reagan. And that one's popped in the air. Giving chase is Ellis Hurt, but he's going to run out of real estate there in left field. That's about 40 feet foul out of the stadium. No balls and a strike, and it seems like Logan has found himself as throwing the ball quite well here for the last 3 hitters after walking the leadoff man on 4 straight. That one's way outside. That one almost got away from Reagan, and that would have been the game's first run. 1 ball, 1 strike, a runner at third. Fulton batting in top of inning number 1. 1 game apiece. This is going to decide the OVL championship. The 1-1 pitch from Haslam. Swing and a foul ball on a breaking ball, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Most of the season, it was Paducah in first place, Madisonville in second. Flash had been anywhere this year from 4th to 3rd to 2nd to even 1st for a short period of time before settling on runner-up this year. The 1-2, high, and it's 2-2, trying to get him to chase one there. Mason Cook. No dice. 4 consecutive lefties. So you would have to think maybe in that bullpen, the Flash might be able to bring out a lefty. Threw a couple last night in the loss at Fulton. The 2-2. Check swing. I know he went that time. They check and see. Did he go? He did. And that's a 2nd strikeout of the inning. He didn't think so, but I got news for you. If he didn't, he broke his wrist trying. All right, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left. As the Flash dodge one there, we head to the bottom of the 1st inning with your score. Fulton scoreless. Flash coming to bat when we return. It's your home for Flash baseball. It's the championship game on WSON. At WSONradio.com and WSON Facebook page, as our guy Wyatt Ellenberg in control of that. Isaac Thatcher back at studio control in beautiful downtown Henderson. And would you know it, the guy that caught the other night here at home when the Flash dominated the Railroaders 11-2, it's Carson Cochran. He's on the mound. Here is the defense for Fulton. Taylor DeFreitas, Spalding, and Duque, the infield 3rd to 1st. Furbitt, Vital, and Cook, the outfield left to right. And Dom Maldette, the catcher, and Carson Cochran on the mound for this Fulton team. This team finished 10 games below 500. Now just kind of let that marinate for a moment, because here's what they did in the postseason. They had wins over Hoptown in the 4 versus 5 seed play-in game, and then they won 2 out of 3. Game 2 in Fulton, Game 3 in Madisonville over the number 1 team and season champion, Madisonville Miners. Then they open up this series with an 11-2 loss, only to dominate, giving up only 3 pitches or 3 hits last night in Fulton, winning 7-1. And now the championship game, and Dane DeWeese will lead it off, followed by Tyson LeBlanc and Logan Lacey. Cochran's first pitch, a fastball on the inside corner. It's a called strike, 0-1. DeWeese, a right-handed hitter, swing and a miss, 0-2. And Cochran, at least for the first hitter of the game is concerned, getting off to a far quicker start than Haslam did, but then Haslam struck out 2 of the next 3 to get out of the inning. The 0-2 and a ground ball to short. DeFreitas picks it up. Good throw across the diamond just in time to catch the speedy DeWeese, and there's one away. All right, from LSU Eunice, the shortstop Tyson LeBlanc. He'll bat with one on and nobody out in a scoreless game. It's just good to know that the Flash have the hammer in this one. That means they will bat last. And what we are sure to be a close game tonight. I don't think we'll see anything near that 11-2 game we saw here game one just a couple of nights ago. First pitch in the dirt for ball one. Guys that didn't play the other night for Fulton, Cade Spalding, who's out there at second base, did not play the other night, and that's the only one. Cochran was behind the plate. Dom Maldette was the DH. Cochran sets and fires. And that's at the knees, I should say. A ball into strike. That is not the call that LeBlanc was looking for. But he's been consistent, so maybe the Flash will continue to get that call as well because Haslam likes to work low in the zone. The 1-1. And that ball's hit hard to left. That is going to be off the fence, about 3 foot up the wall. Throw back in, but a stand-up double. And Tyson LeBlanc is aboard. He hammered that ball, missing a home run, probably by about 3 or 4 feet. Hit it about 3-4 feet up on that wall. Doing a good job with Furbit to get it back in. And LeBlanc gets his oven mitt. That's going to be on his right hand. I don't understand the styles in today's baseball, but that's okay. Flash in a bit of an odd uniform choice tonight. They got their gray pants with blue and yellow down the striping on the leg. The yellow jerseys with blue sleeves. And the pitch to Lacey is inside for ball one. The pants have a bit of a road gray flair to them, where the Flash have won the yellow jerseys with the blue sleeves many times here at Flash Field. 1 ball, no strikes to Lacey. Runner in scoring position with only 1 out. Cochran looks to second and the pitch. And that one's fouled back. Never was able to hit the ball well. Now that's my statement. I'm talking about me here. When it came to baseball games where the baseball was wet, the infield, outfield grass was wet. Of course, we didn't have infield grass back when I played here 100 years ago on this very field. But hitting a wet baseball was something I really didn't do. Or didn't do well, rather. Here's the 1-1. In the dirt, gets away from Maldette. And that'll put the runner, LeBlanc, down at third base with only 1 out. So any kind of average ground ball in the infield, anywhere but to third or the pitcher. And the Flash will have the chance to draw the scoreboard first. The bleachers to our right on the Flash side almost full. And the 2-1 on its way. There's a ball hit to the left. At the very least, it's going to get a run home. Here comes LeBlanc. Throw not in time, and the Flash lead it 1-0 on the sac fly from Logan Lacey. Flash now lead it 1-0. Two outs for Ellis Hurt. Batting for the first time tonight. Infield, outfield straight away. Flash 1, Fulton nothing. Line drive off the end of the bat, foul down the first base side. Now, as far as Hurt is concerned, second on the team in average at .319. And, of course, the season-long contest between Lacey and Hurt. Now, Hurt in charge, 46 hits to 37 hits for Lacey. But when you go to walks, which we like to count those as well, 35 now for Lacey. Still just 2 for Ellis Hurt. That one's fouled back, and it is 0-2 on Ellis and Hurt. And that one's hit in the air. Moving to his left is Vitale. The center fielder will make the catch, and that will retire the side, but not before Henderson draws first blood. 1 run on a hit That was a double by LeBlanc, and the sac fly from Lacey brought him in. There were no errors and nobody left on base. Off to the second inning with your score, Flash 1, Fulton 0. When we return, it's the championship game of the OVL on WSON. Game of the season. This is the championship game in the best of three series tied at 1 apiece between Fulton. This is the team that finished 13, and I think, let me look, it's either 13 and 23 or 13 and 26. Let me get the, let me go back to the original. First pitch, strike, and we're underway. Fulton 17 and 27. That is through last night. Flash at 25 and 19. The 0-1. Outside, and it's a ball and a strike. One ball, one strike. Haslam at the belt. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good curveball again. Does not want to rely on the curveball to bail him out. He wants it to be his out pitch. He wants to be the pitch that he gets you with on the 0-2 or the 1-2 or even the 3-2 pitch. But he wants to set you up with the fastball. There's another curveball. Swing and a miss. Nothing you can do about that. That's back-to-back Ks. 3 in a row now. He's struck out 3 out of 4. 1 out. When I say back-to-back Ks, had an out or strikeout to finish off the first inning. Here at the top of the second, 1 out for Andres Ibar, the DH, another left-handed hitter. Maldette, I should say, the only righty so far in the first 6 batters to come to the plate. Garrett Taylor, Drake DeFreitas, and Cade Spaulding will finish out the Fulton lineup. The 1-0 pitch from the lanky right-hander. He is in the dirt, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. The pitch and a ground ball to second. Mutah knocks it down on the soggy ground over to first, and there are 2 away. Seems that Haslam was a little bit erratic to start this one, but has now far and away seemed to calm it down. Said there's rain coming, folks. Another round of showers in the 8 o'clock hours, so you'd like to be at least in the 3rd or 4th inning. The word that we got, Fulton, no plans on coming back if this one rains out tonight. And the curveball low and in for ball 1. Taylor is the batter. Garrett is the third baseman tonight for the Fulton Railroaders in their brown jerseys with orange numerals trimmed in white with the gray road pants with the orange piping stripe. Curveball, that one's a little closer to the plate, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 from Haslam is another one off the inside edge. Swing and a miss. Swinging wildly was Taylor and looking for his first 1-2-3 inning here in the early portion of this ball game tonight. It's a ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs on the board, nobody on base. And Haslam delivers in the dirt. 2-2 now. But if he starts throwing that fastball for strikes, especially those belt high strikes, or maybe even the taller strike than that, And that's the one that guys can see well, but it's hard to get the bat hit around quickly. The 2-2 from Logan. Strike three called on the outside corner. And that retires the side, fourth K of the night. And for the first time tonight, 1-2-3, nothing across. We head to the bottom of inning number 2 with your score. Flash 1, Fulton nothing. Coming up for the Flash, it'll be Colton Evans, Andrew Lee, and Aiden Mutah when we return on WSON. Behind Ellis Hurt and before Andrew Lee. So the Flash's first baseman tonight, Evans, digs in against the right-hander Carson Cochran. 1-0, Flash leading, and the pitch just in a little too far inside. Good fastball, but not quite enough to plate for ball one. Haslam now has a 50% strike rate so far. He didn't start the game that way. He was down about 7-1 at one point and has really turned it around. The pitch is swung and fouled off the plate, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. Outfield kind of swung around just a little bit in center field. Vital heading a little more towards left center field. Everybody else straight away. Check swing. They're going to check it. No, they say, says the first base umpire. That usually means the next one we're not going to get. That's usually what that means. And that's on any level. That's no knock against tonight's umpiring crew, which there are 4 of them in the field again tonight for the championship series. And the 2-1 on the way. Belt high strike. And the count evens at 2-2. You know, I mean, when I mean it, folks are literally coming in by the minute. We've had even more folks there bring their chairs. The whole right side is filling up, and Henderson is answering the call tonight for Henderson Flash support. The 2-2. Swing of the ground ball. It'll be picked up by Spalding over to first. And there, one away. Andrew Lee batting for the first time tonight. Lee is the DH. Lee just really hasn't gotten on track this year. He's batting well below where he did this time last year. Right now at .213 on the season. Takes the first one high for ball one. Lee with 13 hits. 11 of them singles. 2 of them are doubles. Knocked in 6 runs this year. Scored 8 runs. But has also walked 15 times while striking out 17 times. And that one's outside. And it's 2-0. One thing you could say, the mark of this particular Flash team, they see the ball a lot better than teams in the past, as they've taken far more walks than their predecessors just a year ago. The 2-0 from Cochran is high, and it's 3-0. And how about a walk here or a base hit to start another one-out rally while the Flash lead it 1-0 in the bottom of the second inning here at Flash Field. Definitely overcast at the moment. Rained all earlier part of the day today. Very hard. That's a strike. on a fastball, and that evens the count. No, excuse me, that makes the count 3-1. But we do have some clearing behind this cloud system, but right now what's over the field is dark and somewhat ominous. The 3-1 pitch is a foul ball right side. So now, after 3-0, Cochran, the right-handed hurler for Fulton, has battled back to run the count full at 3-2. There's one out and nobody aboard here in the bottom of inning number 2. Flash looking to win their first ever postseason title. The payoff pitch is a swing and a miss. Good curveball. And that is the first strikeout of the night of a Flash hitter. And there is now 2 away for Aiden Mutah. He's also, Aiden may be somebody we can see in relief tonight. I think Dylan Turner would also be that guy, and maybe even Pierce Herrenbruck. Two outs, nobody on. And the first pitch to Mutah on its way. Foul ball on a good fastball. Had a nice cut on it. Just got under it a little bit. The 0-1 is hit in the air to right side. In foul territory, Duque camps out under it, and the left-hander makes the catch for out number 3. Flash go down 1, 2, 3, and they're having the second. We go to the third. Flash 1, Fulton nothing. It's the championship game of the OVL, and you are listening to it on WSON. Back in 1 minute. For the Railroaders, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters of Drake DeFreitas, the shortstop, Cade Spalding, the second baseman, and the leadoff man, Jake Vitale, that started the game with a 4-pitch walk. So 4 strikeouts so far, 1 walk through 2 innings for Logan Haslam. Only the third right-handed hitter in the lineup so far, Drake DeFreitas. First pitch on the way from Haslam, and the third inning is underway with a called strike. 0-1. And I just like to say it, so I'll say it again, DeFreitas. Haslam gets a bead on the sign and sets and fires. That one's hit to right field, and that's going to be a base hit all the way. 2 hops to the fence. Corville gets it in quickly, and it's a stand-up double to start the third inning. Thought for a moment that would reach foul territory, but he not only hit it straighter than I thought, he hit it a lot further than I thought, as that one bounced once in the grass, once on the warning track, and right up against the lower part of the fence, right next to the H for Henderson Flash in the deep right field corner by the 315 sign. Corners in, looking for the bunt here. Not bunting, and a fastball is inside to Spalding for ball 1. Now, Spalding might have played last night, but Fulton did not play in game 1. when the Flash won it 11-2 here on Friday night. The 1-0 pitch on its way outside. 2-0. No reason. I mean, again, I know the 8-hitter just touched you up for a stand-up double. There's no reason to get crafty with the 9-hitter. Give that guy something to hit. The 2-0 pitch. High for ball 3. It's about to be a 1 first and second with nobody out and the top of the lineup coming to the plate, and that did not spell well for the Flash last night in Fulton as they fell behind early 7-0. Dropped a 7-1 decision to make it one apiece. The 3-0 at the knees, a called strike. 3-1. Absolutely no reason whatsoever to deviate from that game plan that Haslam just executed. Three balls and a strike with a runner at second. Nobody out. Flash 1, Fulton nothing. The pitch. And a curveball is a strike. Taken all the way there was Spalding. And just like that, it goes from 3-1 to 3-2. And the pressure shifts a little bit, but still squarely on the shoulders of the birthday boy, Logan Haslam. The payoff pitch forthcoming. That one's fouled right side and out of play. We really can't afford to dally because rain expected to be here in the next 30 to 45 minutes. So you'd like to be as close to that 5th inning as you can get. Is it raining right now? I can now. Light rain falling here at the ballpark. Let's get an out here. The 3-2 pitch. Outside corner is a called third strike. Outstanding pitch. Great location. And for the 5th strikeout, it couldn't have come at a better time. One away in the top of the lineup as Jake Vitale, the lefty, steps to the plate. No runs a hit, no errors for Fulton Flash with 1 run on 1 hit. Haslam's just going to have to do as good a job as he can keeping that baseball dry where he can hold on to it. Takes the first pitch right at the belt for a called strike. I didn't know if he was going to get the call. Reagan raised up to catch the ball because I thought he was going to maybe try to throw down to second. And when he did, I thought he was going to block the view of the umpire, but it worked out okay. He gets on top early. Nothing in 1 to Vitale. Good hitter, good baseball player, this Jack Vitale. That's outside. And it evens at a ball and a strike. I like the chances of getting out of this thing unscathed in the top of the 3rd inning, but this is the hitter that you've got to get out. Charlie Furbett, a strikeout victim last time up, waits on deck. But the guy you got to get here without moving a runner is Vitale. That one's on the outside corner, and the count now a ball and 2 strikes. And I can almost guarantee you this will not be a fastball in any way, shape, or form. So what that means is Ian Reagan has got to do a great job of catching this ball and keeping that runner, De Freitas, down at second base. The 1-2 with 1 away and a runner at second. On its way. And that one's popped in the air. Giving chase is Ellis, hurt, and he's going to run out of real estate. That one about 10 or 12 feet foul right there with the right in the visiting bullpen. No need to speed up the bat of Jake Vitale here. Come with a high fastball, maybe try to waste one. The 1-2. That's what he did, just missing. I mean, it was as close can get. Haslam kind of eyeballs the umpire. And again, just about 3 pitches ago, that was a strike. As a matter of fact, it was the 2nd strike in the count. 2 pitches ago, I should say. Now another big pitch. The 2-2 from Haslam. As he looks to second, comes to the plate. Chopper to first. It'll be knocked down by Evans. He'll go step on the bag, and that'll move the runner to third. And now you've got to be careful with wild pitches here. Don't want to hand them a free one with 2 outs and a runner at third. Focus on Charlie Furbett. Struck out last time up, but is a very capable hitter. He's another one that's batted in that 2, 3, 4, and 5 spot. And again, when you've got guys on your team for the first time, this coaching staff is a new one for Fulton. As the season progresses, you kind of find out where they hit the best. 2 outs and a runner at third. Fastball is high for ball 1. The score still stands at the moment. Flash 1, Fulton nothing. This is the deciding Game 3 in this best-of-3 championship series for the Ohio Valley League title. The 1-0. And it's popped in the air, but not very deep. Moving in is DeWeese. He'll call off Hurt for the out. And that's a big pitch and a big out to retire the side. It was no runs on a hit, a double by DeFreitas. There were no errors and 1 left. We move to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It is 1-0. Flash leading Fulton. When we return, it's Game 3 of the championship series on WSON. We are in the postseason. It is the final night of the season. This is the tournament championship game. Game 3 of a 3-game series. Tied at one apiece. Haslam showed some grit getting out of the top of the 3rd inning, inducing a fly ball for the final out with a runner at third. This is a good time to kind of catch Fulton napping. They think they're getting back into the game. They didn't get the run or the hit they needed to produce their first run. So now you get this leadoff man on, you might have something. Ian Reagan, Crawdaddy, and the top of the lineup with Dane DeWeese. First pitch is a little high with the fastball for ball 1. Just when you think that Haslam might be losing control, he bounces back and gets the next 2 hitters with a runner at second and only 1 out at the time. Matter of fact, I might be wrong with that. He had a runner at second with nobody out because that was the leadoff hitter of the inning, Drake DeFreitas, the shortstop that did that, and they just left him there. Thank goodness. First pitch is fouled off. Now it's a 1-1 count, I should say, on the second pitch. The catcher, Ian Reagan for the Flash. Hit in the air to center field. Coming in is Vital. And he'll make the catch for out number 1. The Crawdaddy steps to the plate for the first time tonight. Now, as far as average is concerned, Corville is actually 5th on the team at 245. He's got 20 hits this year, 16 hits, 3 doubles, and a triple. Tied for second. Team has 6 altogether. First pitch is a bit low to Crawdaddy for ball 1. Taylor, DeFreitas, Spalding, and Duque, the infield third to first for Fulton. Furbett, Vital, and Cook, the outfield left to right. Dom Maldette, the catcher tonight. He's a good one. And Carson Cochran, breaking ball, kind of runs Corville off the plate a little bit, but taken for a ball inside. See how many walks. Corville with only 5 walks on the season. That's a bit surprising. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-1 now to Crawford Corhill from Lake Charles, Louisiana. Another one of the Cajun connection from LSU Eunice. The other ones being Andrew Lee, Aiden Mutah, and Tyson LeBlanc. The pitch, low and outside, and now 3-1. And looky here, Crawdaddy just might get that 6th walk of the season. If it's anywhere close, he'll be hacking here. Swing, the ball hit in the enter center field. Moving to his left is Vital, and he'll make the catch for the second out. Two outs, and Dane DeWeese is the hitter. He is the team's leadoff man. He's batted one time, and he grounded out to short in doing so. He's 0 for 1. Two outs, nobody on for Dane. Squares to bunt, and the curveball hits the inside edge for strike one. No balls and a strike, and that's a called strike. Nothing in 2 now on Dane. On deck is Tyson LeBlanc. He owns the team's only base hit as they're about to go 3 up, 3 down for the second consecutive inning unless Dane has something to do about it. And that's not what happens. A swing and a miss, strike 3 for out number 3. And for that, how many Ks? That's 2 on the evening for Carson Cochran. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Go to the top of the 4th inning. Your score, Flash 1, Fulton nothing. Haslam back out for his 4th inning. When we return, it's WSON. As the Flash on top, scoring back in the 1st inning after Tyson LeBlanc doubled the sac fly from Logan Lacey after LeBlanc went to 3rd base on a wild pitch. Made it 1-0. That's where we stand. Both teams have 1 hit. Both of them are extra base hits. Both are doubles. All right. It is Duque, Cook, and Maldette, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to face Haslam. First pitch is a beauty, right down the heart of home plate. And you're not going to make much of a living throwing that pitch to Diego Duque. It's just when you throw it. And I think many times you can get away with it on the first pitch. That's a beauty, inside corner. I think he's got Diego spinning right now, wondering what's going to come next. I can't help but think it's not going to be in the, I just don't think it's going to be in the strike zone. He sets, does Haslam, and fires low and in. My goodness, you almost wasted a good pitching performance on that guy if you'd have gave him a free base by hitting him. But you could tell that Duque, 2 thoughts run through his mind: the pitch and his life. So now it's a ball and 2 strikes with nobody out. The pitch from Haslam. Oh, way outside, 2-2. Don't know if that was something he was trying to set up Duque with. But sometime on unsure footing. Also, they've done a great job. This is a fantastic infield surface. The mound looks really nice, a little moist, but not slippery. That's a chopper to first. It'll be knocked down by Evans. He'll step on the bag all by himself. He's a big boy now for the first out. Mason Cook will bat with an out. He struck out to end the first inning, and he's another one that is very dangerous in this lineup. I cannot believe Garner Anderson is not in the lineup today. He had a home run in game one against this bunch. The pitch outside for ball one. Anytime you got a guy batting, he's leading the team in average. For some reason, either Anderson's not here or they're going to bring him in at some point. First pitch misses low, the next one high. 2 balls and no strikes to Cook. Haslam gets his sign from Reagan in the pitch. Good looking pitch there. Change of pace on the outside corner, and the count runs 2-1 as you hear the Bell Brigade going on right below the press box area. Picked up nicely by our field mic here at WSON. The 2-1, and it's low and outside. That one looked pretty good. Now he's going to hear, the umpire's going to hear a lot of chirping from that Brigade now, as that one looked very similar, but I felt like kind of low. And it's 3-1 with 1 out. Haslam kicks and delivers. And that one's off the fist. Foul ball off the top of the facade there of the front of the dugout on the left field side, or left, should say third base side, where the visiting team resides. Feel like we've gained about maybe a dozen or more people in the Flash crowd. Probably the last 10 or 15 minutes alone. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The pitch, and that one's popped up. Lacey will call for it in fair territory. Make the catch. Route number 2. He didn't have to do much movement at all to get to that one. We'll take that. Keeping that leadoff hitter off the bases along with Furbin and Duque has been huge, because now you got Mason Cook, the cleanup hitter, batting with nobody on and not a chance to drive in any runs. Maldette struck out to lead off the second. Bats again, 0 for 1. Ground ball, foul, just foul, maybe about 4 or 5 feet down the third base line. I do believe that Lacey is going to hug the line a little bit more, and that's what he's communicating to the rest of the infield. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, and that curveball had everybody spinning, and it's 0-2 now. And now, for only the second time tonight, Haslam looking for a 3-up, 3-down inning. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Haslam does just that. Strikeout number 6. And that is a 1, 2, 3, 4th. We head to the bottom of the frame with your score. Flash 1, Fulton scoreless. When we return, it's Game 3 of the Championship Series on WSON, Henderson, Kentucky. Henderson Flash baseball. You know, folks, it all started here in the summer of 2024. On May the 31st, the Flash got a big win on opening night. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go back to that night. And it was a 3-2 victory over the Hoptown Hoppers. And at that point, you know, we were very excited to get to win, but we really didn't know what we had. They followed that up with a loss to Fulton at home. then a win against Madisonville, and then a loss to Hoptown. And right then, we were 2-3, and we thought, you know what? This could be a good year, or this could be one of those years that's going to be a struggle. Well, it didn't take long for us to find our way. After dropping 4 straight games, the Flash went on an 8-game run before dropping a doubleheader to Fulton, and that's when they really found out the mettle of what this team was. Tyson LeBlanc with a double and a run score, the only one of the night for the Flash, or for anyone for that matter, takes a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Carson Cochran out for his 4th inning. That's a breaking ball in the dirt. It hits off the catcher's glove, and it gets about 10 feet high over both catcher and umpire. Back here against the backstop on the third base side. 1 ball, 1 strike. He almost had him a home run in the 1st inning. That's outside. 2-1 now to LeBlanc, who will continue his education and his collegiate baseball at LSU Eunice for 1 more season. Two and one from Cochran. On its way. High for ball 3. Another guy that you like to get on if you can, because he runs well, and you got Lacey, Hurt, and Evans that are able to move the ball behind him, as Lacey hit the sac fly to make it a 1-0 game after LeBlanc reached on a double and went to third on a wild pitch. The 3-1. Low, strike. 3-2. Take it all the way there. And justifiably so. Want to make sure that Cochran could find the strike zone when he needed to. And the payoff pitch to LeBlanc. Hit in the air. Short left field. Moving in is Furbit. And he makes the catch for out number 1. That percentage of getting a decent hit falls dramatically once you go from 3-1 to 3-2. And that's certainly what ended up happening there, as a pop out to left field makes it 1 away for Logan Lacey. Logan got to get going here. Base hit or better would be huge. Takes a curve ball for his strike, 0-1. Kind of hung that curve a little bit, did Cochran. Lacey with the team lead in plate appearances at 167, just ahead of Dane DeWeese at 165. Then you go down to Taylor Head at 156, Ellis Hurt at 148, and Nate York, who's not in the lineup tonight, at 129. That one misses to Lacey, and it's a ball and a strike. Trying to get on as it's getting darker and darker here at the ballpark. Ground ball, base hit through the left side, and Lacey is aboard. Another productive at bat for Logan. He of Harding University. Gonna head back there again here in just a few weeks. And Ellis Hurt popped out to left field. Steps in with a chance to move this runner, and let's get this insurance run. I think the over-under tonight, that number is 5. And I think the Flash either need to hit that number or hit beyond it. But Haslam pitching well, been stable for the most part. The pitch. Check swing. Oh, what? Inside corner, good fastball, nice heat on it. Don't know if it was a strike or not, but a called strike nonetheless. 0-1 to Ellis Hurt. I've already used up my one time to call him Ellison. I did that in his first plate appearance. He said I can use it anytime, though. In the dirt, and a fine stop there by Dom Malded. That one gets away. That's going to put a runner in scoring position. But I'm telling you, as wet as that plate is right now, anything off that plate's going to be tough to hold onto. Flash could use a little help here to put Lacey down at second. He's got a decent lead. Haven't seen a move really from Cochran just yet. Carson, the 1-1 pitch coming. Outside, and another great backhand stop. Time is called. They're going to get another baseball. That one slid right out of the dirt, or actually the moist area there in the dirt. I'm not seeing any rainfall right now, but that should change here momentarily as we need to get through that top of the 5th inning with the lead. Then it can rain all at once. Throw back to first base. Runners in there safely. Fulton not helping themselves. They've had 4 scoreless innings, and that makes the game go quicker. And we're closer and closer to an official game. Good lead over there by Lacey. He might be going. The 2-1 not going anywhere. Ground ball. That's going to be knocked down by the shortstop. Good throw to second. No throw to first. But a fine play turned in by Drake DeFreitas to get it to Spalding for the out. So Hurt on with the fielder's choice. 2 outs for Colton Evans. I'm telling you, that second run out there will be huge as we get to that 5th and 6th inning. And if the rains come, they're going to wait for a little while. It's raining just south of Henderson right now, south end of Henderson, I should say. So it's coming our way. Not sure if we're talking about 15 or 20 minutes, but we're going to need, I would say, about another 20 plus minutes to get through the 5th inning, or at least the top of the 5th inning. Flash on top 1-0, and Evans grounded out to the second baseman, Cade Spalding. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a ball hit hard into center field. Back at the wall, off the fence. Here comes Ellis Hurt. The second run of the game on its way home, and a huge double to center from Colton Evans, the former Colonel. And coming around was Ellis. And it's now 2-0. And let the rains fall as they may. Bottom of the 4th inning now, 2-0, as they manufacture a run with 2 outs. Ellison, Hurt, hustling all the way around. Huge hit. Evans moved up in the lineup just to do that tonight. 2 outs and a runner at second, and the pitch to lead. That was hit right side. Boy, if that could stay fair, that'd be trouble. And it's going to be just out of play. 0-1. Andrew could come up huge right here, knock in that 3rd run of the game, the second alone in this inning. I can tell it stopped raining now. All the folks that pulled their chairs under the grandstand are now out by the dugouts on both the first and third base side. Evans with a big lead, and the 0-1. Beauty. Curveball, a called strike, taken all the way there was Andrew. Let's see how efficient Logan Haslam can be coming out for what will be a huge top of the 5th inning when you're talking about in terms of game and weather. The 0-1 from Cochran. I'll make that the 0-2. A check swing, and he went. The strikeout, second of the night for Lee, and that retires the side. That is only the 3rd strikeout of a Flash hitter, but there was 1 run on 2 hits. The big blast, the double from Colton Evans that brought in Ellie Hurt, and no errors and 1 left on base. Top of the 5th inning, and it's a big one. Haslam out for it. Will come back as well. It is Game 3 of the championship series, the deciding game here on WSON, your home for Flash baseball. Baseball on WSON, AM and FM online, WSONradio.com, and the WSON radio app. Steve Town with Wyatt Ellenberg, who's on video stream on our website, WSONradio.com, as well as our guy, engineer in studio extraordinaire, Isaac Thatcher. I'm pretty sure, for the most part, it's been this crew that has brought you Flash Baseball since May 31st of this summer. That being in the spring, I'm well aware. 2-0 your score, Flash on top. And the fastball outside. I'm not sure if that was not sure what that was for ball one. 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Fulton. Andres Arbar, the DH. Garrett Taylor, the third baseman. And Drake DeFreitas, the shortstop. The 1-0 pitch. And it's hit left side foul and out of play. One word that could describe a guy like former Colonel Colton Evans in the end of the regular season and postseason, clutch. His hits have been huge, especially in Flash victories. Fastball in the outside corner, a called strike. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. And the right-hander with the 1-2 and a ground. Oh, it's actually hit off his foot, straight up in the air behind the catcher and umpire. And will return to the plate with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. We'll talk about this one and so much more. Catch Isaac Thatcher in the morning sports on WSON at about 6:05, 6:35, 7:05, and about 8:25. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt, swing and a miss. They're going to go ahead and take the out there as Ibar heads back to the dugout. 7 strikeouts by the big fella now. 1 away for Garrett Taylor. He is a strikeout victim at the end of the second inning. Struck out looking. He's 0 for 1 tonight. DeFreitas on deck. He had the double that got the third afterwards and did not score, thankfully. This is 2 out for me in an official game as the home team is leading here in the 5th inning. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Dylan Turner on baseball pickup, so he's out any of the foul balls behind home plate and over by the dugout. He would be the guy I think would be in relief tonight. That one's hit hard in the outfield. That's going to be possibly extra bases, and it definitely is. Picked up by Corville. Second time tonight that they've hit the ball in that corner. Last time it didn't help. I have a feeling we're borrowing trouble with it happening again. Struck out looking last time, now doubles to right. Well, of course he did. Drake DeFreitas, who had a double last time, as we mentioned just a few moments ago, will bat for the second time tonight. Flash will trade a base for an out here. Big hit right there for Taylor. Now he's down at second with 1 out. The outfield will shift a little bit over to the right. First pitch is a curveball for strike 1. Nothing in 1 now on DeFreitas, followed by Cade Spalding, the 9-hitter in the lineup. And if you can get these two here without giving up a run, you're in good shape heading in to the 6th inning. Bunt is foul, 0-2. Top of the 5th inning with the Flash on top, 2-0, but the tying run is at the plate with 1 out and 2 strikes on Drake DeFreitas. And if I've said it a lot, it's because now that I know how to say it, it's my favorite baseball name. 0-2, and the pitch from Haslam. And that's hit in the air to center field, right at Deweese. He moved over there, I would say 2 pitches ago. He moved from straightaway center to he took about 10 or 12 steps to his left towards Crawdaddy and came in a couple of steps. And he was right in the path of that fly ball. More of a line drive, really. And now 2 outs and a runner at second. And the biggest out we're going to face right now will be the guy batting with 2 outs as the first run for Fulton down at second. But it's a big out here because you want to get through this inning If you can do it 2-0, then you just play slow from here on out. The rains come, they do. If the rains don't come, you still have a 2-0 and counting lead. That one's wide of the mark. Here's the 1-0 and a ground ball foul off the dugout. Literally bounced all the way off the front facade, the front fence, and it kicked all the way to Haslam, who never moved on his spot on the mound, caught it and threw it out of play. Ball and a strike now with 2 outs. Haslam has his sign from Reagan in the pitch. Good pitch at the belt, called strike there. Don't know if you can get away with that one again. I think that Spalding was looking for something else. And I know what his coach is saying, hey, you struck out looking last time. Let's put a bat on the ball, at least make that effort. So maybe the biggest pitch thus far, the 1-2 pitch with 2 outs in the dirt. Ian Reagan with a fine stop. I mean, that one was headed to the backstop, and Ian knocked it down. Just kind of barrel rolled on top of, bear hugged it, if you will. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away. Haslam needs to make 1 pitch. Hopefully this one is it. Inside, I mean, everybody's running off the field. Home plate umpire said not so fast. It didn't break at the end. It really, truly did not. Looked like it was caught right there on the chalk of the inside of the right-handed batter's box. That is okay. I can live with that. That was a good pitch. I don't know how you take that pitch as a 9-hitter that's already struck out looking once. The payoff is fouled out of play, and the runner wasn't even going. That was a bit surprising. 3-2 with 2 outs. And I'll be honest, Haslam was kind of paying attention to him, but not really. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Haslam delivers, swing and a miss. Strike 3, strikeout number 8. It couldn't have come at a better time. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Mutov, Reagan, and Crawdaddy would return. It's Flash Baseball on WSON, Henderson, Kentucky. Baseball game with the Flash on top 2-0. But now it's not a time to rest on your laurels, as the Flash could use a couple of runs here and try to put this one out of reach. First pitch is a called strike from Cochran, 0-1. Mutah, we said maybe in relief in this one. Dylan Turner, I would have to think, would be available as well. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Not enough bat for that one. That one was well off the outside corner for Sweet Pea, the sweetest guy in the South, Aiden Mutah. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Fulton. 2 runs, 3 hits, and an error for the Flash. That one's hit in the air to center field. That's going to get down. Picking it up is Vital. And Mutah, a well-deserved single to center. And that could start a big inning. It's Ian Reagan who popped to center in his only plate appearance, 0 for 1 thus far. Runner at first, nobody out. Flash really hadn't tried to steal a base tonight. Hadn't really been in a position to steal a base. High pitch is for ball 1, throw down to first base. Mutah really never far enough off the bag. The operative phrase here from my spotter, Todd Lacey, create chaos. And that's exactly what needs to happen because there are a couple of more runs from putting this one out of reach. If Haslam continues to improve and throw like he has, up to a 61% strike rate. Squaring to, oh, he squares to bunt and gets hit with it. And that's the first hit batsman we've probably had in the series. First and second, nobody out. And you could see one of two things here. You could see Corville, you could see Crawdaddy sacrificing these two guys around for the top of the lineup. But Crawford has been hitting the ball well and putting it in place, so maybe give him that opportunity to swing the bat here. We'll see. Corville popped to center field tonight, 0 for 1 with that plate appearance. Both guys with small leads at first and second. He's going to square. I bet he pulls back and tries to swing away. Nope, he's going to keep it there. He gets it down. Stays just foul. I mean, it went foul by about 2 inches just as it got out of the dirt around home plate. When it got to the grass, it just creeped over the foul line for strike 1. Crawdaddy is that guy. He does what is asked of him, and he does it to the best of his ability, and he did it right there, giving up an at-bat to try to get those runners to second and third with only 1 or no outs. Now he'll see if he'll try it again. Yep, he's going to square around, and the 0-1 is on the way. Nope. They're going to spin around and fake the throw to second. Nobody covering. 0-1. The pitch. Outside corner. Now it's 0-2 to Corville. Charging in from first was Duque, who is a darn fine first baseman, which is maybe the most underrated position in the OVL. 0-2. Corville's going to try it again. The pitch. Outside. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Cochran, a little miffed about the call. Thought it was a strike. It was close, I must say. Flash have out hit Fulton 4-2 tonight. Outscored them 2-0. First and second, nobody out. And the 1-2 from Cochran. Adam, that's an out. Fouls it straight back to the screen. All right, that's the first out and only the 4th strikeout on the docket for Carson Cochran. 1 out for DeWeese, who's looking for his first hit tonight. He's grounded to short, struck out in the 3rd inning. Love to see a hit and run with this guy, maybe either with DeWeese or with LeBlanc. Time is called as the head coach of Fulton out to the mound, and everybody else will join him there. Moments ago with a hit batsman. One out after the bunt. Third strike foul by Crawdaddy. One out for DeWeese, and the first pitch from Cochran to the right-hander on its way. Swing and a ball hit in the left field right at Furbit. He'll make the catch. There's two gone. Good guy to have in this position, Tyson LeBlanc. Doubled and scored and then popped out to left field. 1 for 2 tonight. Dig it in for the third time. Cochran, who's thrown well, only giving up 4 hits and 2 runs tonight, takes the first pitch inside on the corner for a called strike, 0-1. The 0-1 offering from Cochran on its way. Chopper off the plate. I think that Tyson found the pitch he wanted there. The 0-2 pitch is on its way. Yeah, swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Well, the Flash missing a golden opportunity there as they get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. It'll be Fulton coming into bat in the top of the 6th inning with the Flash leading it 2-0 on your home for Flash Baseball, WSON. Fulton will send to the plate the leadoff man, Jack Vitale, followed by the 2-hitter, Charlie Furbit, and the 3 guy, Diego Duque, Logan Haslam. I could see Logan, if he continues to find the strike zone at the right time. He's had a four-batter inning, a 3-3 down inning in the second, a 4-batter inning in the third, 3-3 down in the fourth, and a 4-batter inning in the 5th. Now he's got to keep those numbers up because he doesn't want to get beyond or much beyond that 100 pitch mark. So it depends on how he handles the 4 toughest hitters in the lineup here over the next inning and a third, barring that he gets through this inning 3-3 down, of course. The left-handed hitting Vitale. First pitch is low and inside for ball 1. A guy that you desperately, any leadoff guy, you desperately don't want to put him on first because they're leading up there for a reason. But you got good hitters behind him. You don't want him to push across a cheap run. That one's on the outside, just misses again, 2-0. This is this is that point of the game where if you're not careful, a couple of pitching mistakes, maybe a fielding error, and next thing you know, the go-ahead run comes to the plate, the 2-0. And a chopper, I don't know if he shouldn't have swung at it or even tried to offer at it. He got a half swing and fouled it off. 2-1. That definitely would have been 3-0. If he stays put, he's probably going to get hit in the backside if he turns his back to the pitcher. 2 balls and a strike. Looks like that Haslam checking to see if he's got any any clogged cleats there. That's not hard to get, especially in these spikes when the turf gets a little tacky like it did on a rainy night. It looks like for right now we're good on the rain. And the 2-1 on the way, high for ball 3. Well, if you put this guy on with a walk, you're going to be making a game of it because you're going to bring up the tying run to the plate again for like the third time in 2 innings. The 3-1. Good pitch. Taken for a called strike, and now it's full again at 3-2. We've had several full counts. We've gotten through them nicely, but again, hasn't walked a batter since the leadoff man, Vitale. Well, lo and behold, he's the guy batting here with a 3-2 pitch. Fouls it back, and it bounces off the pole, as you could hear, all the way right into the Flash dugout. We've had some fortuitous bounces tonight. One that came off of the Fulton dugout all the way out to the mound, caught on the fly by Haslam. That happened an inning ago. The payoff, and a swing and a miss, strike 3. Another strikeout. That is 9 on the night for Haslam. You save a guy like Haslam for the championship game or the final deciding game for a reason, and so far it has played out exactly the way J.D. Arndt and Coach Scott Mueller wanted it to. 1 out, nobody aboard. Another fine hitter in Charlie Furbett. These guys were teammates at Willamette. That was hitting there to center field. DeWeese got a good start on it, and he makes the catch. Nope, Ellis Hurt calls him off at the last second. And there's 2 away. Gina has the popcorn tonight. Good. 2 outs, nobody on. Duque, and you don't keep this guy hitless very long. He's 0 for 2. Grounded out to Evans last time up in the 4th. Also grounded out to short. Chopper to Evans. Would you believe? A 3-up, 3-down inning. As we move to the bottom of the 6th inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Flash lead it 2-0. When we return, it's more Flash baseball in the postseason on WSON. Exciting game. Henderson with 4 regular season titles dating back to 2019. They won it in 19. There was no regular season in 20. Won it again in 21, 22, and 23. But they have not won a postseason title. They've been to a deciding championship game and have lost 2 different times, I believe, to Du Bois County, who is no longer in this league. They moved up to another league where they just spend a lot of time on a bus, I'll be honest with you. Thank you, Todd Lacey. Right now, Logan Haslam, that is, at a 62% strike rate. And you're going to win a lot of baseballs with that, a lot of baseball games. Lacey, Hurt, and Evans, and the first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. One ball and no strikes. Taylor, DeFreitas, Spalding and Duquet, the infield third to first. That one's in the dirt again, 2-0. Furbitt, Vital, and Cook, the outfield left to right. And I'm telling you, a guy that's had a great night tonight, and it's because Corcoran is kind of putting through his paces, but Dom Maldon has done really well behind the dish for Fulton tonight. The 2-0 pitch, squaring to bunt, and outside for ball 3. Kind of caught Taylor napping. He had no intention of putting that ball down, but Taylor, when he saw it, he came running. I'm sure taking all the way will be Lacey. Nope, that's a strike. At the knees, outside edge. Three balls and a strike. You might see him take again here, depending on what pitch he gets. The 3-1, and it's out. Ooh, outside corner. Wow. But Lacey takes a close pitch in a big situation about as well as anybody I've seen. So now, once it was a 3-0 count, now a full count. Carson Cochran kicks, fires, and a good job of fouling that one out of play by Lacey to stay alive. The third baseman from Harding University, Searcy, Arkansas. The payoff again. Missing outside for ball 4. Adding to that league-leading walk total to a guy tonight that has only walked 1, and that was it just now. So Cochran has had the accuracy all night, and the Flash got to him there, and the leadoff man at good speed in Logan Lacey. Ellis Hurt reached on a fielder's choice, later came all the way around from first base on the double by Colton Evans. Lacey with a good lead here. Maldette good behind the plate. Swinging a high fastball. 0-1. Ellis gets his sign from Coach Boxer down at third. Cody Schultz down at first base. JD in the dugout. Outside, taking a strike there, and it's 0-2, and Ellis falls behind in this count. Ellis Hurt attends Trevecca Nazarene in Nashville, Tennessee. Text that to my wife, please, where Ellis goes to school. The 0-2 pitch, and it's fouled off the plate. Can you spell Trevecca? Yep, you did. That one's a foul ball, and Ellis remains alive at 0-2. Right here is where you take a chance with Lacey. Not necessarily here at an 0-2 pitch. Maybe if it was a 1-2 or a 2-2. Maybe go with a hit and run here. But you got to get a good jump over here if you're Logan. The 0-2 fouled off the mitt, and the catcher caught it for the out. Had to go over his head, and he was explaining to it that it did. Not sure about that. But once Ellis got down 0-2, J.D. Arndt's going to dispute that with the ball, whether it cleared the top of his head or not. He wants an explanation because it wasn't a clean caught ball. And so he says, I want you to ask somebody else, because he said, I'm not 100% sure you know that rule. And so he's going to go down and talk with the first base umpire. Second base umpire is going to join the party, as well as the third base umpire. So we'll keep it here for just a moment. Three of the umpires, now the third base umpire joining them, as it was mishandled. It just bounced off his glove, and then it bounced in the air, but I don't think it bounced over the head of Ellis Hurt to turn it into a strike situation, whether that does that or not. And they are going to stay with the out, and he's going to explain to the hitter why that is. So Colton Evans, who had a double last time up, arguably the biggest hit of the night that gave the Flash that insurance run that brought in Ellis Hurt. I might have to check that rule, and that's something I'm not totally square on, what the college baseball rule is here in the wooden bat league here. Nonetheless, there's an out now, and Lacey hasn't moved. Still down at first base. Feel like he already should have been at the next base by now. That is now 6 strikeouts for Carson Cochran. 1 out and the pitch, and a ground ball to second. Not going to be hard enough for 2. Over to second for 1, over to first, not in time. So Evans now at first. And there's 2 outs for Andrew Lee. No better time than the present for Andrew. The pitch is fouled out of play. Well, looks like we're probably going to get this one in. It is raining on the south end of Henderson, has been for quite some time, but hasn't made it here to the north end. At least not yet. We've had light showers, but that's been about it. The 0-1 is a chopper, and it's going to stay fair. Picked up by the first baseman for the tag and the out. And that is going to retire the side. And Duquet's got something to say about how Andrew Lee crossed him at the bag. And I don't think anybody in a blue and yellow jersey really cares what the young man has to say right now. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. The game moves to the top of the 7th inning with the Henderson Flash leading the Fulton Railroaders 2-0 here on WSON. Back with more of Game 3, the title game, on right after this. Okay, was near the bag, could have stepped on the bag, but instead chose to stand in the baseline. The runner kind of nudged him. Swing and a miss, good curveball there to get on top. 0-1. But eventually cooler heads prevailed, but that doesn't mean it's going to hold. Mason Cook, Dom Maldette, and Andres Ibar to face Haslam. The 0-1 is a swing and a miss. And that was just basically guesswork on behalf of Cook, who has struck out and popped out to Lacey at third. The 0-2. Reagan sets up high. And there's that pitch again. He's thrown it 3 different times, or at least it may not be. It may be a a version of a pitch he throws many times, but that one was almost outside of the right-hander's batter's box. Luckily, Mason Cook bats left-handed. A ball and 2 strikes. Reagan sets up high again behind the plate, and that one's a bit low. 2-2. So far, and you like it when he's like this, or any pitcher basically, when he's missed, for the most part, he's missed low and he's missed away. Now he's going to have to challenge Mason Cook here with the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and that ball vanished right in the strike zone. Strikeout number 10 in double digits for like the 3rd time this year during a Flash broadcast. And let's get the numbers, now, which I think is very important, is Haslam's strikeout numbers. Voted the best pitcher in the league. 48 coming into this one. Already with 10. Here's another note of interest. Hayden Choate, he's hit 14 batters this year. That is a great stat. I've called one Hayden Choate game, and we played 42 games, and he hit 14. I think swing and a ball hammered to left. As Maldette, he hit that like a slow pitch softball. He's going to stay at first, and he's smart to do so. But that ball was probably, I don't know, chest high, and he turned on it, and the right-hander just bullied that ball into the left field corner. But let's go back to that. Hayden Choate, 14 hit batsman. And I'm going to look and see how many innings he's thrown. That's the most important thing. He's thrown 20 innings. So he's averaging, he's close, like .75 an inning. There's the chopper, and it's back to Haslam. He'll go to second for 1. Over to first. In time! The 1-6-3 double play. And that retires the side. 1-2-3. Nothing across for Fulton. We head to the top of to the bottom of the 7th inning. Flash still lead it 2-0. It's the championship game on WSON, Henderson, Kentucky. Or I should say bottom of the 7th inning, rather. As a very interesting way to end the top of the 7th on the 1-6-3 double play from Ibar. And it's the second time we've had a game here where that started with Logan Haslam, a ground ball back to him, and he just throws an absolute scud missile strike to second, about chest high to the shortstop LeBlanc, who throws a strike to first in time, and that was just the way you draw it up. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left for Fulton in the top of the 7th. It's going to be Mutah, Ian Reagan, and Crawford Corville. Flash still holding on to a 2-0 lead. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors. Fulton, no runs, 3 hits, no errors. First pitch in the dirt. Carson Cochran, he may go the distance. He's already pitching in his 7th inning. I'd be really surprised if they went in any other direction. And you kind of figured this game would go down to the 9th inning, and it's definitely heading in that direction with the Flash on top, only 2-0. The 1-0, swing and a miss. The ball into strike now to Sweet Pea Mutah. One ball, one strike. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Now, also shout out to the Garrett household. As I caught a little heat the other night, I had realized I've mentioned one household more times than I have several others, but kind of one of the hub houses has been the Garretts. That's a call on third strike. Good pitch on the upper outside corner. Flash hadn't struck out a lot tonight, but that was definitely one of them. 7 Ks. And Ian Reagan hit by a pitch and also popped to center. But the Garretts, they're nothing new to this host family deal. And they said they'll keep doing it, and we certainly appreciate them. Chad more than Nisha, right? If that gets back to her, I'll know who told her because you're sitting right here. Okay, that's fouled straight back. 0-1. Taylor, DeFreitas, Spalding, and Duquet, the infield third to first. Furbitt, Vital, and Cook, the outfield left to right. Dom Maldette behind the dish, and a good one. That one's hitting the air to Cook in right field, and Mason makes the catch for the second out. So there are now 2 away for the Crawdaddy. Too late, I'm already busted. I said Nisha Garrett was one of the finest hosts of a host family that there ever was and there ever will be. That's what I said. How about that? All right, it looked like that the pitcher, Carson Cochran, kind of tweaked something moments ago, so he asked for a pitch. Actually, his coach come out and asked for him to be able to throw a pitch to make sure he was able to stay in the game.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 20, Crawford.
All right, Crawdaddy batting, looking for his first hit tonight. Popped to center and struck out 0 for 2. He would turn it over to the top of the lineup, although it wouldn't be the worst thing, as if Crawford doesn't get on, you've got the 1, 2, 3 hitters up for the bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch inside for ball 1. I don't think Crawdaddy will take too kindly to that, trying to drive him off the plate. We'll see. One of the nicest guys in Lake Charles is young Crawford. And the 1-0 high, and it's 2-0 now to Crawdaddy. He's been on Tao and Tracy multiple times. He's been on Stephen Ginger. He's also been a guest host on Stephen Ginger, sitting in for Miss Ginger a couple of weeks, about 2.5 weeks ago. But most of these guys will be getting on the road within the next 24 to 48 hours. The 2-0 pitch. Inside corner, not a strike. Called a strike, not a strike. That was about maybe 4 inches off the inside edge. 2 balls and a strike now to Crawford Corville of LSU units. And the pitch on the way is oh my gosh! What? That was terrible. Absolutely terrible. 2 balls and 2 strikes now, 2 away. Crowd seen enough. And the pitch. High, that should have been ball 5. Somebody say that should have been ball 5 on the mic. I don't. No, then he'll tell everyone I told him to do it. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs to the 9-hitter Corville, the pitch. And that's a called third strike. I mean, the umpire was going to get this kid at some point, and he got him. That not a good at-bat for the umpire. That is going to be strikeout number 8 on the evening. 1, 2, 3 go the Flash. We head to the 8th when we return. Flash 2, Fulton nothing. It's the deciding championship game on WSON. Given up no runs on 3 hits. I've got, yeah, that's right. 3 hits, correct. First pitch is a called strike, 0-1. That one's low, and it's a ball and a strike. Both pitchers now at 90, one at 94. That's Haslam. One at 93. That's Carson Cochran. I think they're both going to wind up finishing this. There's nobody warming up in the Fulton pen. Haslam, I think, wants the ball. That's a hammer shot into left field. 4th hit of the night for Fulton, and it's Taylor on at first base. And again, the tying run will come to the plate with nobody out. And again, this is another one of those nights, like I said about Paducah early on. Paducah was never in that baseball game the other night, and we end up winning it in the bottom of the 10th inning. But they never should have been in it. It just seemed like the Flash had control until they didn't. Tonight is another one where the Flash has been totally in control. Got their 2 runs early, but they just squandered an opportunity back in the 6th inning. Or, I'm sorry, back in the 5th inning. Time is called with a runner on, and DeFreitas, I should say, at the bat. What if his name was DeFreitas? What? Well, it's official that I've said it right at least once because we've said it 5 or 6 different ways. I just threw that in. Right. No, well, correct. Oh, yeah. All right. Scott Mueller out to talk to the second oldest player on the Flash squad. Lacey, I believe, the oldest at 3rd. Turned 23 a few weeks back, and then, of course, tonight, Haslam turned to the age of 23. Need another one of those patented Logan Haslam double play balls. DeFreitas with a double tonight. First pitch outside for ball 1. Folks, this is tied at 1 apiece. You're talking about a team that was coming into this game 17-27, 10 games below 500. The Flash with the best record in the OVL after finishing 2nd. That one's popped in the air, and DeWeese is going to camp out under it. Out number 1. So 1 pitch after Scott Mueller comes out. Maybe he should come out 1 time every inning. Actually, they changed that rule now. He's only come out twice, period, whether it's one or the next. You know, a lot of what they do when they go to the mound, they could say from the dugout. In fact, that's just a fact. 1 out and a runner on. Oh, and it gets away from Reagan, and that puts a runner in scoring position down there. Reagan had a clean slate tonight. That one was well outside, but it just wiggled out of his glove, got about 8 to 10 feet away from him. And now a runner at 2nd. But again, you can trade a base for an out here. And the worst thing in the world is not trading an out for a run. We can actually do that here, but I don't like it any closer than 2 runs. Oh, my goodness. There's that pitch again. That is the 4th time Haslam has been so far away from the plate, and it's just like it's got to be a pitch that just either is A, not working, obviously, or something that he just can't hold on to tonight. And the conditions may warrant that. So 1st and 2nd now, and the go-ahead run comes to the plate. And the leadoff man, Jake Vitale. Now things are getting interesting. And we need an out in the infield some way, somehow. Top of the lineup batting. I think it's bad news, the fact that neither Vitale, Furbit, Duque, Cook has a hit. Neither one of them. The first 4 hitters, all hitless. One of them has a walk, and that's it. But this will be the 4th time they have faced the ace, Haslam. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. That was in the dirt. And a fine stop there by Reagan. And a very important pitch to get on top, 0-1. Flash need an out. There's one out. Runners at first and second. 2-0. Henderson leads it. The 0-1. Fouled into the mitt. And it kind of looked like Reagan maybe a little surprised that it came in and held on so smoothly. The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike three. And he had the hammer with that one. Strikeout number 11. And there's two gone for Charlie Furbett. And it really, truly couldn't come down to a better matchup here in the top of the 8th inning than facing an old teammate, college teammate that is, at Willamette University, than Charlie Furbett. He's been hitless tonight. First and second, 2 away. The pitch from Haslam. Hammered into left field. Caught by Ellis Hurt. An amazing sliding catch to his left. And that will do it for the top of the 8th inning. Once again, it's a run, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. The most important thing is, once again, Logan leaves them scoreless. We're going to have a new pitcher when we return. We'll talk more about it. It's Henderson Flash Baseball in the bottom of the 8th inning on WSON. Two to nothing. And I don't know if we're going to see Haslam for the ninth. He's jockeying to the restroom right now, and that's something you don't see in Major League Baseball. But we actually have a view of the restroom from here, and we can see that he is indeed entering the restroom. Will he return to the game? I don't mean from the restroom. We'll find out. 2-0, Deweese, LeBlanc, and Lacey to face the new pitcher, Gardner. And the first pitch swinging is fouled out of play. Again, Brady Gardner pitching to what I know against the Flash for the first time in a minute. Dane batting for the fourth time tonight, hitless thus far. Had a little bit of everything but a single. The 0-1. Outside corner. Boy, oh boy, that pitch wasn't there in the first, 6 innings. And it's been there for the last couple. 0-2 now to Dwayne. Got to see the most recent text I just received. The 0-2, and that's popped up. Moving in is Cook from right field. Calling it off is the second baseman, Spalding, and Cade makes the catch, and there's one away. Texter writes, we're watching the Flash, and his daughter asked if that was Greg Busby or Steve Harvey commenting, as he said they thought someone just run a brand new car, but no, that's not what it was. But thanks for listening, G. Gordon. That one is a bit low for ball one. Again, the batter is Tyson LeBlanc. Really needs to get something going here to help his team. He had the double and a run scored. That's been enough. Then the Flash added a run in the fourth inning. They lead it 2-0 in the bottom of inning number 8. Inside, and it's 2-0. But I will take the Steve Harvey comment. He's a fantastic celebrity, and just glad that you're listening. The 2-0 pitch on its way. Swing and a line drive over short into left center, and that's a base hit for LeBlanc. Tyson 2 for 4 tonight. Moved up into that 2 spot. They kind of moved everybody up a little. Ellis in the cleanup spot tonight. Logan in the 3 spot. I think he's been very capable and very effective there. And now Logan batting again here. He's 1 for 2. Didn't have a sac fly in the first inning. Actually, he's 1 for 1. He's got a walk and a sac fly and a single, so he's had 3 positive at-bats here. And now with a runner at first, good speed in LeBlanc, maybe a hit and run time for the Flash. 2-0, bottom of the 8th, and the pitch on the way. And the runner stole that one, and I mean stole that one standing up. That one's on Brady Gardner. I'm telling you, Gardner just lifted his foot, and LeBlanc was gone. If I'm not mistaken, that's the second stolen base of the night for the Flash, I believe. I don't really see any others. That doesn't mean I didn't write it down, though. The 0-1. Outside, a ball and a strike. Stick around for the post game. I'll tell you why later on. Don't want to be premature here. The 1-1 pitch on the way to Lacey. Low and in, gets away, and that's going to move LeBlanc to third. And I'm telling you, not a bigger run than the one just 90 feet away. There's runs that tie the game, there's runs that give you the lead, and there's runs that give you the ability to breathe normally. The insurance run. Scoring when you need to. Everybody in on the infield. Swing and a miss. Boy, he had a hammer swing at that. Got out in front of that one a little early. That one misses. 3-2. The payoff pitch with a runner at third. Popped up. Going to be a tough play for anybody. Moving out, the shortstop drops it, and here comes the third run as LeBlanc comes in. And that's just a misplay from Drake Freitas, and you just don't see it, especially since this Fulton team started playing very good baseball about 3 weeks ago. So that's going to be an error, but Lacey reaches base for the 4th time in a row. Three to nothing now in the bottom of the 8th inning. Flash batting with 1 out. And they'll take another one here. Lacey's been very selective in the last couple of weeks as far as stealing bases. Got a good lead over there right now, but they're gonna try to steal. He took off. They got a balk. It wouldn't matter anyway. They called the balk, but Lacey was safe at second anyway after the throw from Duque. So they balk, take away the stolen base, put the balk in there, and another run, just 2 bases away with only 1 out for Ellis Hurt Ellis reached on a fielder's choice, later scored on the double from Evans. Don't see anybody warming up, so it may be a case where runner steals another base. Lacey just took off, and Brady Gardner's got something to work on when he gets back to campus this fall. So still the one out, but now the run just about 90 feet away. It'll be less than that once he takes his secondary lead. And Ellis Hurd with a 1-ball, no strike count with one away. The pitch. Ground ball to third. Nice stop. They'll throw to first in time for the out. There's 2 away. Fine play there by Taylor. All right, Colton Evans, who's got a double tonight and reached on a fielder's choice, also drove in a run. He also batting for the 4th time tonight. Folks, we want to thank you for just kind of waiting this one out. Didn't know if we were going to get it in. If we hadn't got it in tonight, it was definitely going to try to be played tomorrow, but more rain on the way tomorrow as well. But it looks like we're going to finish this one in its entirety after starting at 7 p.m. Fouled it straight back, does Colton. 0-1. Bottom of the 8th inning. Flash scored 1 in the first, 1 in the 4th, and 1 in counting here in the 8th inning. And the runner's going to try to steal home. Here he comes, and he is out. Lacey thrown out trying to steal home, and that will retire the side. Evans, if we come back in the 9th, will be up to the plate, and Lacey is out, caught stealing. Henderson Flash, though, get a run on a hit. There was an error, and nobody left on base. This will do it, and we'll see who's going to come out to finish it. As can't really tell right now. We'll tell you when we come back. It's Flash Baseball on WSON. Of the night, didn't walk a guy since, and never let more than 5 hitters to the plate. That happened in the 8th inning. Struck out 11 and hit 1 batter. And Turner, the biggest thing that you want from Dillon is to get in there and get ahead in the count. You don't want to necessarily call it throwing strikes. You just want to get ahead one way or the other. Let the hits make decisions based on what you're giving them, not based on what they want. All right, 3, 4, and 5 of Duque, Cook, and Maldette.
Now batting, number 23,
Diego
Diego Duque.
Duque tonight grounded out back-to-back times to Evans at first base. Also grounded out to the shortstop, LeBlanc. He's 0 for 3. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Flash. Tonight, Fulton, no runs, 4 hits and an error. Everybody straight away for Duque, and the first pitch is a fastball on the outside corner. 0-1. And again, all you want Dylan Turner to do is get ahead and make pitches. The 0-1. Ground ball right at the second baseman. He bobbles it. Going to have to hustle in time. Way to hang on at first for Colton Evans. Mutah bounced it. Then he ran and got it. Evans had to stay down on it. But the best part of that, the good news, well, the play was made for one away. Mason Cook, pair of strikeouts and a pop out to the third baseman, Lacey, also 0 for 3 tonight. The left-handed hitter facing Turner for the first time tonight. High with the fastball for ball one. The 1-0, outside misses, and it's 2-0. Again, anybody that gets on, well, now up till this inning, it had been anybody gets on the tying run to come to plate. Now you got to get 2 on for that to happen, thanks to the insurance run last inning for the Flash. Good pitch on the inside corner as the fastball is looking good here early on for Dylan. 2-1 now. Turner works rather quickly, sets at the belt, and the pitch. Popped up, heading left side. Lacey's going to try to track it down, and he does. That one was moving back toward the field. I think he caught that one in fair territory. So now they're 2 away. Folks, the first championship in Flash baseball history in the postseason is now 1 out away. 3-0. Top of the 9th inning. Dylan Turner on for the save, and the pitch is a strike at the knees, and it's going to get a little louder with each and every strike. 0-1. Turner delivers. Check swing. They're going to ask. He did not go. 1-1 now to Maldette, the catcher. He has a single. He's the only guy in the first 6 hitters that has a single. The best hitter tonight, Garrett Taylor, a double and a single to go along with a strikeout looking. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, and a ground ball foul down to Evans. And it's now a ball and 2 strikes, and now the 2024 campaign comes down to the 5 seed, Fulton, and the 2 seed in the tournament, the Henderson Flash. 1 strike separates runner-up from champion. The 1-2, outside corner, and the Henderson Flash are bridesmaids no more as the dog pile happens just in front of the mound. And you couldn't be happier for a better group of kids and their coach, J.D. Arndt, assistant coaches Brandon Boxer, Cody Schultz, and of course the amazing job that Scott Mueller does with Flash pitching. Final score, Flash 3, Fulton nothing. It was a fantastically fun season, and it ends with a tournament championship, the first one ever in Henderson Flash OVL baseball history. We'll take a timeout, try to collect our thoughts, and we'll come back with the scoreboard show next, and we'll talk to our player of the game, Logan Haslam, following this timeout. As we'll talk about the scoring, it was a scoreless night every inning for the Railroaders. We'll talk about how the Flash got it done. Tyson LeBlanc doubled in the first inning. He would later come around on the sac fly from Logan Lacey. That would make it 1-0. Flash would not score again until the fourth inning, set up by Logan Lacey, who singled. A fielder's choice by Ellis Hurt put him on base, and then a double from Colton Evans. That would make it 2-0. Flash would add that insurance run. It was an important one at the time in the eighth inning, as Tyson LeBlanc would single, steal a base. He would go to third on another wild pitch, and then come home. Let's see, on the RBI by Lacey, and again, that would make it 3-0. And the final in this one, 3-0, and champions and runners-up no more are the Henderson Flash. Right now, we're going to turn our attention to what's going on the field right now. So go ahead and swing that around if you would. And right now, they're presenting to the Flash as.
Next up, we have number 10, Logan Lacey from Harding University.
They're handing out the medals to the players right now.
Number 32, Jacob Barrett from Kirkwood Community. Next on the list, we have J.D. Willis from Willamette.
This is their moment, folks. This is the one that they earned.
All righty. From LSU Eunice, we have number 7, Andrew Lee.
It's been a pleasure to cover Andrew for 2 seasons here with the Flash. We wished him luck at Loyola of Louisiana as he is going there to play his final 2 years of eligibility. Logan Haslam, who we're going to try to get in the booth following this presentation, and we want to get him back to his teammates as soon as possible.
Number 33, Hayden Choate from Lee University.
Hayden Choate getting his much-deserved
from the University
medal.
of Alabama, Huntsville, number 35, Ian Reagan.
Ian Reagan, that guy logged a bunch of innings, and Brock Loomis' injury forced him out of the lineup, and another pre-existing injury from Andrew Lee meant that Ian had to catch a bunch of baseball games. Kiefer Parsons, he's pitched some huge innings for the Flash this year. Taylor Head is another one. Had a nightmare first game, and then, I mean, just played outstanding baseball from the beginning of week 2 on. Wyatt Bowling is another one that played a lot of baseball the first 20 games of the season. He's a teammate of Ellis Hurt there at Trevecca Nazarene. Dane DeWeese, he set the tone every ball game. That's your leadoff guy and a solidifying force out there in center field. Jace Upton was injured to start the season.
From LSU Eunice, number 2,
Aiden Mouton. He's a guy that also solidified that second base spot and also had some fine innings on the mound in relief. Eddie Ushel played a lot of baseball those first 15 to 18 games and been a huge support to his teammates ever since. Zach Lawson, who was a guy that he was only going to pitch half the season because he had thrown a lot of innings in college, and he was very dominant his time here, helped to win a title.
From Bradley University, number 22, Cooper Chint.
Cooper Chint's a guy that came in and did a great job. Had some good innings the other night in that initial win over Fulton in game 1 of the series. Nate York is another one that did a great job and played some right field and stayed in left field for quite a while.
From the University of Akron, Mr. T-Rex himself, Trey Rex.
Trey Rex, he's another one, came in and started to help solidify that starting pitching staff.
One of our hometown kids from Carson Newman University, number 4, Colton Evans.
Colton Evans, another one that came in tonight, got a big hit and drove in a run with that double that brought Ellis Hurt in to make it a 2-0 game.
Henderson from Berea College, Seth Galloway.
Seth Galloway, former Henderson County Colonel, and he had a hot spot the last 2 weeks of the regular season, and we wish him well heading back to the Berea.
From Western Kentucky, we have Reed Howard. From Lee University, we have Evan Bloomer.
Evan Bloomer's another one. Bloomer joined us late, had a really nice start the other night.
Another one from
Or
Lee
got some
University,
great
we have
relief
Alex
appearance, I should say. Was unhittable for the first 2.5 innings of that, 2 1/3.
From Western Illinois University, number 19, Brock Loomis.
Brock Loomis, yeah, again, the young man I talked about, had to head back a little bit to have his
From
injury
Rebecca Nazarene
treated with a
University,
knee problem.
Mr. Ellis Hurt.
Ellis Hurt. Ellison to his family. Really solidified. I mean, if you'd have told me he's going to be the hits leader for the year, I'd say, you know what, he's got a lot of work to do. Well, he did one hell of a job. Tyson LeBlanc showed up late, but I'm telling you, came in and just about led every offensive category after that and really solidified that shortstop position. He and Taylor Head did so admirably this year. Zach Young, probably the story of this team, came here all the way from California, was in the bullpen after a couple of days and tore his labrum and never stepped on the mound for the Flash, but stayed here to the bitter end. And Dylan Turner, Mr. Ninth Inning, he came in and slammed the door tonight with a scoreless ninth.
Let's put our hands together for our first place.
And ladies and gentlemen, take a look at your champions, Henderson Flash baseball team, and a class act also for the group down there to our left at Fulton. And I couldn't think of a better person to have that championship trophy in his hands than Crawdaddy Corville as they took a victory lap there in front of the fans behind home plate. And I'll tell you what we're going to do. It may take us a minute, but we're going to try to get Logan Haslam up here for our player of the game, as it's brought to you by ATA CPAs and ATA Advisory. And again, we'll try to do that. Let's take a 2-minute timeout and see where we are. And again, if you're just tuning in, Henderson Flash win it 3-0 in the championship game. They take the series 2 out of 3 from Fulton. And before we go to break, congratulations to the Fulton Railroaders on an amazing run to make it into the tournament championship game and force a third and decisive game. When we come back, hopefully we'll have Logan Haslam as a part of the postgame right here on WSON. Back with more after this. Of our player of the game as Logan Haslam is on his way to the booth even as we speak. I'm glad we got a chance to get in all the post-game stuff as far as the medal presentations and the trophy presentations for the Henderson Flash. Just glad that this game was able to get in. It's not many times that we do a diamond discussion and a player of the game by the same person, but when this guy goes out and throws 8 innings in the deciding game. He goes 8 innings, no runs, 4 hits, 1 walk. It was the leadoff batter of the game. And then 11 Ks, 1 hit batsman. Logan, what was working tonight for you?
Kind of sort of just keeping everyone off balance, really. I mean, everything was working. There was a few times that I'd throw a pitch and I'd be like, ooh, that was a really bad pitch.
4 times that pitch you're talking about. One of them hit a guy.
Yes.
What was it the same pitch?
Yeah, it was I doubled up on fastballs.
Okay.
You know, trying to get in on the hands because we're just trying to produce ground balls, get double plays, get the defense motivated or, you know, activated. But, you know, a little too inside, hit him in the spinal cord. But what can you do?
The spinal cord, indeed. Let's talk about, of all the things, and we may go out of order, but back in the 7th inning, it was a situation there. It's still a 2-0 game. So the tying run comes to the plate. Talk about the double play ball that came back to you off the bat of Ibar.
Well, you know, I was thinking big guy, got big pop, but I know that he probably hasn't picked up a twig in about 4 months. So I just thought attack, and me and Tyson, we had a plan, you know, throw it to Tyson, and he rolled it over, thankfully, instead of hitting over the fence, and got a double play, and just like the way we cooked it up, you know, get ground balls, get double plays.
Talk about your catcher tonight. Ian Reagan caught you a bunch this year. Talk about what it was like to play with him.
It was amazing, and, you know, me and him had this kind of connection where he would get a pitch call from the dugout, and he'd be like, I don't really like that, and he'd go with something else, and it worked out, and he knows what I like to throw, and he knows what I'm comfortable with, and he had no problem doing that tonight, and I think that that's definitely what paid off is this battery being so connected. So, I mean, I liked it. It was good.
You guys did something you hadn't done in about, I think you've been in the championship game at least one other time, and I think it was a loss to DuBois County. What was the mood like? I mean, it seemed like no matter what the score was, you guys seemed to be in charge from start to finish. Did it feel the same way in the dugout?
Yeah, I mean, game 1 we came out hard, you know, put up 11 runs. Game 2 we kind of came out a little flat, you know, rain, and we played a little flat. And then game 2 we were like, just get on the board. Get on the board. I mean, I knew that I could keep them within 1 or 2 runs. I mean, I could do that pretty confidently. So I was like, hey, if you guys put up 3 or 4, we're going to win this game no matter what. So, and I felt pretty confident in our ability to win this game with me on the mound and our hitters hitting.
This time I interviewed JD before I interviewed you for Diamond Discussion, and usually it's the other way around. So it allowed me to be in the dugout a little bit longer, and I really liked how Scott Mueller talked to you before you and I took to our interview. He had some words of encouragement. Tell me, what kind of a connection do you and Coach Mueller have?
Pretty good one. I mean, he kind of lets me do my own thing. He knows that I'm one of the older guys, but I mean, I will go to him and be like, hey, like, I mean, after that first inning when I walked the first dude, got out of it with a 0, thankfully. I mean, I walked in and he was like, hey, do you feel yourself blowing open? And I was like, yeah. He's like, just slow yourself down, stay tight, and it'll be good. And from there it was just cooking straight up. And me and Scott, after every inning, we would talk, be like, hey, this is what you're doing. Maybe you should try this, do this, and it helped a lot.
I don't suppose that you'll send a congratulatory text to Charlie Furbett, a former teammate, 0 for 4 tonight. He did have that nice shot to left field that Ellis Hurt broke his heart and everybody else's with that sliding catch. But, again, I can't say enough of what it's been like not only covering this Flash team and these coaches, but getting to know you as well. We wish you well. I want to keep up with you at Bellarmine, and we wish you the best of luck and safe travels, my friend.
Yeah, 2 more things now that the season's over and I can't get benched. So me and Ferb have a thing where I give him a free fastball right down the middle
Sure.
for every play. So every time that he came up, I was like, back up. He's going to catch up to 1 eventually.
Yeah.
And, you know, it worked out. Also, Grandma and Grandpa, I love you. Thank you for all your support. I love you guys.
Well, he's one of a kind, folks, and it's been our pleasure covering Baseball Jesus. That's my guy, Logan Haslam. Thank you, Logan. Appreciate it. And that's going to do it, folks, for the 2024 season. The Flash are champions for the first time in franchise history. Until next season, well, we got Isaac Thatcher back at studio control, my man Pookie Pop-Tart, Wyatt Ellenberg, Steve Tower. Until next time, so long, everybody.